Hi, so today's entertainment is a little story from my travels. This one's from the Peloponnese in Greece, and it's called Greek Lessons. After 5 days' holiday, filled with sunbathing, swimming, and too much food, it's time to burst from the vacational bubble and be sociable to the locals. The three Greek widows, dressed all in black and perched on a cluster of rickety wooden chairs, have watched us expressionlessly from the street corner every time we've stepped out from our hotel onto the dusty, uneven side street. Their walnut-wrinkly faces peer out from under black headscarves. The Macbeth witches is the thought that I try and fail to dispel from my evil mind. One of the widows sports a small, square-checked towel placed flat on her head and gazes at us through tortoise-shell spectacles of the NHS issue type I was forced to wear when I was 5 years old. "Good morning," I greet them, instead of scuffling past as before. None of them flinch. A prolonged, deliberate silence descends. I feel like a contestant on X Factor, waiting for the judge's verdict. By the unmoved faces, it's clear that I'm not going through to the final. "Kalimera," comes the reply eventually, but it sounds more like an admonishment rather than a reciprocal greeting. "We're in Greece, so say it in Greek," is the message they're giving me. Feeling diminished, I turn the corner towards the beach, now weighed down by the burden of failure as well as my beach bag. Next day, I try again. "Kalimera." Loud and confident. I've had a whole day to practice the words, even checking the appendix in my guidebook. Nothing can possibly go wrong. But as before, the same heavy silence is the only initial return on my investment. Eventually, someone stirs. "Kalispera," says the most fearsome of the three, the pronounced emphasis on the second word hammering home a new message of chastisement. We had started out late today, and I hadn't noticed that the clock had ticked past 12. This is afternoon, not morning. Spera, not mera. The following day, my reserves of courage are almost exhausted. Almost, but not quite. I've checked my watch more than once, just in case time has raced forward to catch me out. My bravery may be forced, but my kalimera is genuine, in the right language and uttered at the correct time of day. It is reciprocated not by a repetition of the words, not by a smile as such, but only by an almost imperceptible nod of the head and relaxation of the shoulders. It's the gesture of a teacher who has finally driven home a point to a slightly dull pupil. But it feels like a victory for at least one, and maybe both of us.